Greetings, fellas. It is I, Josh. And first things first, hope everyone had a holly jolly Christmas. And of course, it's been a full week since I've seen Sonic 3 in theaters. And now, it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. My spoilers review. But it's not just me. A certain someone is with me again. Of course, he'd be here, so go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, I'm back at it again. Jayden, Joshua's best friend, the iconic duo that happened 2 years ago.
Yep, he's back, and we are both going to talk about our thoughts on Sonic 3, the movie. And of course, like I said, spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, even though I feel like you should have the second it came out, go click off this video and watch the movie, then come back later. Alright, Jayden, are you ready for this?
Yeah, because I'm going to spoil it badly.
Yep. It's been a week, like I said. So now that the movie is out, and I let everyone know about my theater experience with my last video, we can finally talk about spoilers. And what better way to start off with than those post-credit scenes?
Amy Rose and fucking Metal.
Yes, we are getting Amy Rose and Metal Sonic in movie 4. And if I for some reason don't sound as excited for this, it's because, well, I am excited, but that's also because it was mighty predictable. Yep.
Happen.
It was really predictable. I didn't get spoiled, thankfully, but who else was it gonna be? We already got Shadow, so yeah.
We saw it coming, and those two were like one of the most requested characters for the SCU, the Sonic Cinematic Universe. And yeah, they are there now. They're characters. They're going to be in movie 4, which is already confirmed to happen, and it's gonna come out at spring of 2027. I'm gonna be 20 years old when that comes out. Holy shit, I'm gonna be old.
I'm gonna be 23 when the movie comes out. So yeah, we are both gonna be old.
Why not far?
Oh my god. Oh well, hopefully it's worth it.
Wait, by the way. Like the longest gap for these movies so far, so we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, I've noticed this, but the wait time for the movies have always been 2 years, but now it just randomly decided to become 3 years.
It's already a trilogy with a spin-off. What? Where do we how do we get here?
Good lord. And I've been here since the very, very beginning. Even once they haven't even went as heavy into this movie as they should have, because it was only slightly revealed back in the late 2010s.
I was there in 6th grade when a friend of mine showed me the very first Sonic movie poster from 2018, December to be specific. And even back then I knew something looked off about Sonic, and he did. Everything was off.
Yeah, but here we are now, where the movie actually changed the both of us. And like I said, I've been following up with the news ever since the first movie. Announced in a very not as dramatic way.
Yeah, and we did both rewatch the movies, and I also watched the Knuckles show for the first time ever. So, to catch up, so that I can now watch Part 3 and enjoy possible references to those movies, which they do a lot, by the way.
Yep. Alright, so Amy Rose and Metal Sonic for Sonic Movie 4. It's gonna be insane, I can imagine. But now let's get into even more spoilers, and the next thing we have to immediately talk about is freaking Super Sonic and Super Shadow along with Live and Learn.
That fight and that entire scene of them in space, dude, peak fiction. 10 out of 10. Perfect.
Yep.
No notes.
Yeah, he said it like the Blue Blur himself. And speaking of which, we've been quoting a lot of Sonic's one-liners a lot, like Konichi what? And a few others, along with somebody better call Google Maps.
Yeah, man. I don't know why, but those they're just stuck in my head.
Yep, mine as well. And oh man, the final battle, everything about it. And Eggman's sacrifice and them defeating Gerald and all of that, and just Tails trying to save Sonic, and then Knuckles comes down and saves the both of them, and while throwing the portal ring, and they land in the field.
The movie is something actually special.
Yep, this whole movie, it's special. And the good kind, not the bad kind, even though I don't understand that at all. I most likely never will.
I thought this movie was going to be pretty much Sonic 2, but with Shadow in it. No, it was far more than that.
Yep, it was above and beyond more than that. And speaking of which, the plot is, it does pay a huge homage to Sonic Adventure 2, like the no budget flights line, Sonic said it when they were in the helicopter. And the story does do things, if not better, than SA2 if you ask the both of us.
Bro, 1OK Rock is in this movie.
Yep, the people that sang Vandalize from Sonic Frontiers, they're in this movie.
Man, look how far we came, man.
They get a lot bigger and grander as we go on in life, and man, it just feels so good at the same time.
We pretty much grew up with these movies, honestly. Like, we were young when the first one came out.
Yep, and I still remember when they showed off the original infamous poster with Sonic standing in the dark in the freaking blue lights.
Yep, that was the one. That was the one that I saw first. And again, it looked odd because it did.
I remember, like, when I saw that for the first time, I was in school and I walked out of the bathroom, and then I looked at my phone and I saw the poster on one of IGN's videos, and I was like, oh no.
I was in 6th grade. I was like, I guess like in like a lobby, and one of my like the poster saying, "Hey, look, my movie is coming out," and I was like, "What? No way, that's fake. Come on!" But no, it was real. And long story short, my life changed, and now I'm here.
He was in 6th grade, and I was a freshman in high school around that time. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, man, those middle school days.
And this is a small thing, but I believe there was a leak of some sort, which I'm sure was fake, that showed a gun truck chase playset by Jack Specific, and I might have sort of believed it at the time, but man, do I and that person who made up that leak in the first place feel stupid now, because there is no gun truck chase scene in the movie.
Yeah, that was weird. Also, I think I might have got my grade wrong. I think... Okay, so the first film came out in 2020, and I was either in 7th or 8th grade, probably in 7th grade, so yeah, that felt like ancient at that point. And yeah, that leak, it was fake, even though it did look convincing and probably something that Paramount would have done, so it's like, huh? Well,
on the bright side, there is a crab mech playset made by Jax, and
crab!
Yep, that. And I'm glad that, for the most part, the plot of the movie, since it was, of course, based off of SA2 and did it better, I'm glad that they went straight to the point with the movie. Like, they didn't waste time telling the story. Wait, what?
They just went straight to it.
They wasted no time, and for good reason. And not a single scene...
There's no wedding scene, there's no bar scene with dancing, and don't believe me, just watch. No, it's just SA2 the movie.
Not a single scene in the movie dragged out. Well, and the only scene that I kind of think did drag out just a teensy bit was the laser dance scene, but at the same time, I liked it. I mean, wait, hang on, let me finish. Even then, I looking back at it now, I like it. It did drag out, but at the same time, I liked it, especially the song that plays in it, which goes pretty hard.
The music, man. My finger is on the button.
Down, push the button. Da-na-na-na-na.
Why does that seem like something that we would do?
Probably because that is something we would do.
Yeah, if I was an old geezer.
But, yeah, also, speaking of which, Gerald actually does say something a little suspicious in the movie, and that's the scene where... Oh, yeah.
That line, huh? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that. I mean, I don't even know if we're talking about the same thing, but from what I'm thinking about is the scene where Rockwell comes in and both the Eggmans go, "I don't believe it," and then Gerald says, "I know, a woman in the military."
Yup, that was the scene I was thinking about.
Yup, that's definitely not gonna go well according to a few people online.
Oh, social media, especially on X/Twitter. Ooh, they're gonna cancel the fuck out of Gerald.
Also, goes without saying, but Keanu Reeves killed it as Shadow.
Yeah, for some reason I've seen complaints about his voice in the Shadow Gens DLC, which yes, I finally played the game for the first time yesterday, and also the stages from Sonic 3. I don't see it. I think he sounds like Keanu Reeves as Shadow.
Yes, and it sounds good. And that's especially proven with the scene where Shadow goes, "Revenge guac," which is way funnier than it had any right to be.
That is stupid and random, but I love it, and it's also a callback to the first movie. Again, a lot of callbacks.
Oh my god. And Sonic just going, funny word, isn't it? Guac, guac, guac.
Guac. I like that word. I want the games to have him saying guac from now on, because that would be funny.
Yes. And also, I did mention Rockwell earlier, and yeah, I do kind of think they seemed to make Rockwell the kind of like threatening for no reason. Like when they find Commander Walters like, hit in the, Chow Garden place, she goes, "Oh, I knew they couldn't be trusted." And it made it seem like she was going to be a lot more threatening. And while she was, it was just kind of confusing. Like what was her beef with Team Sonic?
I don't know. Also, she was just kind of not that relevant in the movie.
Yeah, and her actor was pretty professional one, and she was a big named one, and she didn't really have that much purpose in the movie, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, she kind of just wasted her talents. I don't know why she got a whole ass poster, although I could be saying the same thing for Randall and Rachel.
They are not actually in the movie. They're just holograms.
Now that caught me off guard.
Speaking of things that caught me off guard, Tom with his eyes when he was messing with Tails' little gadget thing. I first saw that image on Twitter like a couple of months ago and did not understand the context of it, along with the Christmas scene with Eggman jumping on Gerald, and I was like, what's the context behind that scene? I need to know, and now I do.
Bro's head is just a puppet and a donut and pause.
And Tom made a new puppet, by the way. And it creeps me the hell out.
That was a thing.
Yep, it certainly was a thing. And speaking of Tom, I remember that there was a certain user that went by the name Electric Storm Studio on YouTube, and he made an analogy that Tom was going to get seriously damaged and be taken to the hospital in the scene of the trailer where it showed Team Sonic looking at the distance all depressed. And little did they know that ended up being the case.
And then we would get Sonic at one of his absolute angriest moments in the entire history of his character.
Yep, at least Sonic's anger here is justified because he just saw his literal dad figure, if you will, since, he called him Dad in movie 2, and is most likely going to continue to do so. Shadow hurt someone he cared for, and yep, it was, to teach Sonic on the reason why Shadow was doing what he did.
The Super Sonic and Super Shadow fight, Josh.
Oh man, Jayden, they went all out. They went all out, man. And I couldn't be happier to say that.
Dude, that was the point where I said, okay, they actually locked in this time.
I hope they continue to keep themselves locked in going forward, because if we got this, we're most likely in for a lot more insanity in the movies from here on out. Even though I don't think movie 4 could top movie 3, because I think this was just as insane as it can possibly get.
We have the most iconic and respected Sonic story, and the most, or the second most iconic Sonic character of all time, Shadow the Hedgehog. So they really cannot go bigger with 4.
They can go big or go home all they want, but I do believe that movie 4 will be a good movie, but in terms of topping movie 3, that certainly won't be the case.
I mean, realistically, what could you actually do that going to be as hype and iconic as Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. Like, what?
Yeah, I almost kind of wish they saved Shadow for movie 4, and we would get Amy Rose and Metal Sonic in the post-credit scene for movie 2. But
Well, in the second post-credit scene, Shadow is shown to be alive because popular.
yep, no way in hell they were gonna sacrifice him because they already got rid of Eggman, and yep, he's most likely not coming back.
Oh yeah, Eggman died, by the way.
And if Jim Carrey either does or doesn't return for the 4th movie, I won't be upset about it because the dude is a living legend.
Honestly, I mean, what more could he really do realistically for movie 4? Because, bro, he already played 2 characters in movie 3. 2! Not 1, Josh. 2.
Yep, and Jim Carrey said he was done with acting, and he only said he'll return if a script is gold. And what do you know? I guess Sonic 3 has a script of gold, and maybe even a script of diamonds, because he plays 2 characters.
I actually do agree with him. The script is golden with diamonds.
Who knows? Maybe Agent Stone could be the new villain, if possible.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for Agent Stone.
Man, yeah, I do feel bad for him in this movie. He got the shots hard.
Bro got divorced.
Yowza. And Agent Stone, he's my favorite character in the movie universe, alongside Tom.
He is the best character in these movies, man.
Yes.
He is like the one character that we, honest to God, cannot live without in these movies.
Also, I'm glad that they didn't show Maria getting shot on screen to the point where fans would willingly cheer out loud in front of several other adults who will most likely not get the context.
Honestly, at first I was excited to also do that, but when it was coming out closer and I've been seeing like a few pieces here and there of like the movie and the story, and I thought the less I wanted to do that because I just wanted to like enjoy the tension and the sadness and all that, like the tone, like the scene, and thankfully no one cheered when that happened. So thanks, guys.
Also, we don't even know if Commander Walters survived or not after that opening sequence before the motorcycle chase.
Yeah, they had never explained that if he is dead or not.
And I'm gonna miss calling him the Olive Garden guy because now I guess we're gonna have to call him Commander Walters. But he'll always be the Olive Garden guy to me.
Yeah, me too. He'll always be the Olive Garden guy. Also, it would have been very hilarious if this video was sponsored by by that company.
Yep, I'm imagining an Olive Garden ad playing right now. It'd be funny if it did.
I mean, that might happen, who knows?
Yep. Well, I think that could be just about it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's obviously a lot more that we have to talk about, but Jayden, do you think there's anything we need to address?
Probably one more thing that I have in mind right now. We do this every week.
Yep, knew it for sure. I was gonna make that joke a lot later, actually, but yep, he did it for me, so there you go.
Because I did it, and I beat you to it, and you cannot take it back.
Well, that's the song for you. Run It Goes Hard, and it always will, because the people hate the song for some reason.
It sounds like electronic music. It's country song.
Shit, F. That was our thoughts on movie 3. Well, what were you saying?
I said it goes hard, and it does. I'm still like jamming to it even now.
Oh man, this is just a jam-packed movie. If there's anything Jayden and I can agree on, this movie is way more than a must-see. Everyone needs to see this movie, and we couldn't be happier that it's doing well, and it's beating Mufasas' ass right now in the box office.
Mufasa?
Ha!
I think you mean Mufasa, and yes, Sonic 3 is.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce the name right. That's how little I care for that movie.
10 out of 10, perfect movie. They pretty much perfected this incarnation of the character, and I hope it can stay expected in the future. And that is all I have to say.
And now, all we have to do is just wait for a digital release of the movie, which will most likely be either January or February, so who knows.
Well, Josh, now you do the honors to end the video.
Yep, and I think the best way to do that is to give our review scores for all 3 movies, and then that could be the best time to end it off. So I'll let you go first. How would you give your review scores for all 3 movies, with each one?
Sonic 1, 8 out of 10. Sonic 2, 9 out of 10. And Sonic 3, like I said, 10 out of 10.
And for me, I'd go with Sonic Movie 1, of course, having an 8 out of 10, and Movie 2 having an 8.5 out of 10. It is technically better than Movie 1, but yeah, both are kind of equal if you look more into it. And of course, Movie 3, 10 out of 10. And I'm not just being generous, I legitimately think it's a 10 out of 10 movie.
It's not even like it's for recency bias or the honeymoon phase. No, I actually think it's a perfect 10 out of 10 cinematic masterpiece.
Yep, I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how they're going to top Movie 3 with Movie 4, but let's just hope it's a good movie. And let's be real, they won't.
That it's not like the Knuckles show, because that wasn't the best.
Yes, let's never do something like the Knuckles show again.
Oh wait, Wade.
Oh yeah, him. He was in the movie. And only for like a few seconds.
One scene he was. One singular scene, and that is funny.
And it basically craps on the Knuckles show.
Honestly, fuck you. We needed more The Flames of Disaster, man.
I was kind of hoping for that to be back in Movie 3, but guess it wasn't. Oh well, at least Wade still had his time to shine, and got his paycheck, the actor.
And you cannot copy perfection.
Like Sonic himself says in the post-credit scene.
And speaking of perfection, our reaction to the trailer.
Yep, it's grand, and oh my god. I think we all know the highlight.
Gun!
Yep, and I didn't even notice he had a gun because all the other scenes were just taking my like attention away, and I barely had time to notice the gun and the reaction.
He used it. He pewed. No, a 10 is not enough. 1,000 out of 10.
Well, there you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. There you have it, folks. That's our thoughts and our review for Sonic Movie 3. Like we both said a gazillion times by now, go watch the movie for yourselves, and yep, you will not regret it, to say the very least. The movie just has a lot of success, and will continue to have success. The first movie just has a very special place in my heart, and I'm glad it brought Sonic back on track. We all have these movies to thank for Sonic's long overdue success, by the way. I'm still convinced that the original Sonic design was all just a marketing stunt, because no way in hell were they confident with that. Oh yeah, and Shadow liking Latinas is even more canon than it already was before. But I'm sure most folks get the idea by now. If not, look it up.
Yep, and now I'm gonna take a shower because I am sweating.
Yep, all this movie talk is just kind of already drained my throat, so yep, guess we're gonna call it off now. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and have a nice day.